Welcome to this edition of SAC News. I'm Anthony Marcus Duran.
And I'm Terrence Duncan Jr.
We would like to begin this newscast with a breaking news happening overnight.
A police pursuit ended in Santa Ana following a reported shooting at a motel in Anaheim. Our reporter, Aaron Hernandez, has more details.
At the end of a police pursuit that started all the way in Anaheim. Police say that they got a report of someone who got shot at the Kona Inn motel. The suspect then led police on an hour-long pursuit ending here in Santa Ana. Here's how it happened.
Oh, they're pushing him! Wow, gonna push him right up against a building.
This is just one of many dramatic moments startling commuters across Orange County as this pickup truck weaved in and out of streets and freeways trying to evade police. Police say the driver, who has not yet been identified, reportedly shot another man at the Kona Inn motel at about 7:45 Wednesday evening.
Our officers were patrolling the area of 300 North Brookhurst Street in the city of Anaheim. They were responding to reports of gunshots being heard in that area. While they're tending to the victim, they put out the suspect vehicle information. Officers who were also in the area located that vehicle, tried to pull it over. The driver did not stop and led us on a high-speed pursuit.
More than a dozen police units ranging from Anaheim PD to even the California Highway Patrol were involved in the chase. The suspect got on and off multiple freeways around the Fullerton and North Anaheim areas before taking State College down to Garden Grove Boulevard and making a left turn on Memory Lane, where police units performed a pit maneuver to disable the vehicle, ultimately crashing the pickup into the wall and then the center divider. Anaheim police officers then opened fire on the suspect, striking him and killing him.
Pulling the driver out of the driver's seat.
Hearing the helicopters and gunshots in the area, residents wanted to see what all the commotion was about.
We saw some lights hovering all around and, looked a little bit out of the ordinary from what we typically see living in the area. And so we figured we'd hop on the freeway, try and get close to wherever those lights were. And
other residents, like Ana Maria Garduño, feared for their life.
I was about to drop off my grandson at the airport and suddenly we heard like a bunch of fireworks. But when my daughter went to open the door, they sounded more like gunshots.
Garduño says they left as soon as it could, but when she returned, she couldn't go back inside.
I'm very frustrated because I worked all day and now I can't park my car in my own parking space. I can't even get inside. I don't know where I'm going to park tonight. I'm going to look for a space in a bit.
Anaheim PD says the investigation will continue into the very early hours of Thursday morning. What we do know is that there were two people inside the vehicle, the suspect and a passenger. The passenger wasn't injured and taken by Anaheim PD for further questioning, and the suspect, however, was pronounced dead at the scene. Reporting in Santa Ana, I'm Aaron Hernandez, SAC News.
Thank you for that report, Aaron. The second victim of the shooting was also taken to the hospital, where Anaheim PD says they are in stable condition.
Anaheim PD also added the identities of the suspect and the shooting victim was not immediately available. Investigators have made some progress on the cause of the hangar fire in Tustin. The fire lasted a total of 24 days and spread toxic substances around the area. The hangar was originally used as a blimp hangar in World War II and was closed in 1999. Investigators are now suggesting that the fire was caused due to a break-in the day before. The property manager told investigators that someone had broken in the day before the fire was initially started. It was thought that they broke in to steal copper wiring. Investigators also have been told that homeless people, as well as neighborhood kids, frequently break into the hangar. The investigators were not able to nail down the cause, but encourage anyone with information about the fire to contact the Orange County Fire Authority.
In other news, the Rancho Santiago Community College District brings free legal services back to SAC.
Our reporter, Zenda Garito, went to the board meeting where democracy and the voice of SAC students were heard.
The Rancho Santiago Community College District Board of Trustees voted 6-1 to reestablish relationships with the Coalition of Human Immigrant Rights, also known as SHIRLA.
A nonprofit organization that offers free legal advice to SAC students.
The relationship with SHIRLA was cut close in late 2024 after negotiations to renew were no longer pursued.
We're also supporting our students who are here to make sure that the MOU for Chirla gets signed. They have been dealing with not having services for the last year and even services being cut in their centers.
UndocuCenter allies rallied at the board meeting wearing yellow shirts and read testimonial comments on behalf of those who are afraid of speaking up in fear of retribution.
They are from the Undocumented Student Center, and they said, I really want to share my story to convince them that this service was important to me in the past, but I'm afraid to go there.
Today's meeting included comments from former Santa Ana College students who once benefited from services like Shirla's at SAC.
And I came to give testimonial support for the district, in this case also Santa Ana College, to renew the support that they provide for AB 540 students, documented students or DACA students, and undocumented students here at SAC.
UndocuScholars members see this as an absolute win for SAC and the community of Santa Ana.
It means the return of support, it means guidance, it means the ability to thrive in their environment.
The UndocuScholar Center is ready to help those in need.
Most of the legal services are free to students from continuing ed as well. So take advantage of this opportunity and the legal services that had just been restored.
From Santa Ana College main campus, I'm Sande Garrido, SAC News.
Several Orange County healthcare agencies are shutting down due to federal funding cuts. The cuts of around $13 million will force the closure of the Family Planning Clinic on the 17th Street. WIC clinics in Santa Ana and Buena Park will also be downsizing due to a $750,000 reduction. These healthcare agencies say they will work with Medi-Cal Partners, Cal Optima, and Kaiser to help transition the patients to other care providers. For additional information, please visit ochealthinfo.com.
For those students looking for a bit of help with groceries due to rising prices, a local foundation is handing out free food every Tuesday. I went to see what it was all about. With rising grocery prices, both family and students are struggling to keep up. Local foundations United Across the Border is stepping up to the plate with a helping hand.
It gives me so much pleasure to see the people coming to receive food with this program, even though these things are expensive in the stores.
Progressive for us and this foundation is like a blessing for us. It does help us out a bunch, and this time you go out with a lot of money, but you don't have it due to desperation.
No, this is not just specifically for the people of Santa Ana right now. It's open for cities in this case, but yes, the foundation started in Santa Ana.
All the craziness, right? Yeah. So every Tuesday, we start about 10 in the morning selecting what we're going to give to the families. We have a lot of sponsors between IKEA, Amazon Fresh, Nike, you name it. So we start at 10 in the morning, we count how many families we can do. We do an average of 300 families every Tuesday. I've been in this position before, so I'm not here to judge. You know, I'm here for my community, and if they're lying, there's nothing I can do. You know, I try to do my best, but in the end, we're all human beings, and we all need food.
Here at the main distribution location of United Across the Borders, Anthony Marcus Duran, SAC News.
Local Foundation United Across the Borders had its 6th-year anniversary. Our reporter, Anthony Marcus Duran, went in to join in on the fun.
6 years since United Across the Border was founded. Today they celebrate their 6th-year anniversary.
This is good because it helps a lot of people who are limited due to the cost of food because everything is expensive. Well, basically, it's not that you won't find it anywhere else, but it helps you economically wise, and you know that I have this, I can buy something else I need.
It feels good. It feels nice to have resources for my family to come and get some goodies and sweaters. This is my 2nd time here. That they should definitely come and try it out and see. They give out a lot of good stuff, and it's a good time for us and the kids to get a lot of benefits and resources here.
You know, for the past 5 years, we've been supporting this organization who really has a focus on providing care to the community, almost like a mutual aid type of style. And as you can see, people line up here to grab food. I think it's working, and I think the line really speaks to the need that exists not only in Santana, but Central Orange County, cities like Anaheim. And we've seen that the federal funding has dried up because of the pandemic, but we're also seeing the attack of federal funding on SNAP, right? And that is a direct service that many of our constituents use to feed their children.
It feels amazing. You know what? I thought it was going to be, I just came out right now and started the line. We're expecting about 500 families, but I think it's going to be more than 500. I'm super happy. I want to thank my sponsors who's giving us all the stuff to give away, and I'm super happy today. You know, it feels good because we're like so used to give food, and now we're giving some other items. So it's just me helping the community helping me to build this business. And what can I say? I think I feel blessed.
Reporting here from United Across the Borders 6-year anniversary, Anthony Marcus Duran, SAC News. The race for California's next governor continues to heat up. California was waiting to hear from former Vice President Kamala Harris will be running, but other announced candidates have been making news in their campaign. Republican and Riverside Sheriff Chad Basco is currently in a middle of a defamation lawsuit over an accusation he publicly made at a press conference. This accusation has led to $100 million defamation lawsuit. The plaintiff alleged that Beckles suggested that he was plotting to kill President Trump in Indio. The case is still ongoing. A new candidate for Governor Newsom's replacement has entered the race. Democratic Xavier Beckles. Beckles is a longtime member of the Congress and California's native Basket recently received under former President Joe Biden as a Secretary of Health and Human Resources, and he says now looking to, quote, rebuild the American dream, end quote. Main Place Mall is hosting an art exhibit next Saturday. The 49th Annual Art and Disability Fest will be hosted by Daniel Bowman. He is the award-winning animator / co-member of Netflix Love on Spectrum. The event will showcase art exhibits, performance, and activities that celebrate artists with disabilities in collaboration with the Orange County Department of Education and OC Art and Disability. Any guests who visit the mall can join the fun for free on Saturday, April 25th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Santa Ana Sister School, Santiago Canyon College will host its annual Science Night this April 25th. The event will be held in the H Building from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Many activities will be held throughout the time, so be sure to stop by and enjoy this year's Science Night.
Santa Ana College will be hosting a Sustainapalooza next week in celebration of Earth Day. They'll be providing free food and services to the public from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attend the event to spread awareness on environmental sustainability and preservation.
Earth Day has been celebrated in the U.S. since 1970. The Santa Ana's event's location has not been disclosed yet, but it will be on April 22nd. For more information, you can visit the Santa Ana College website or use the email on the screen.
When we come back, our weekly sports coverage
and the weather report for the week.
You're watching SAC News.
We'll be right back.
My goal wasn't to have a great program just at Santa Ana College. When I came here, my goal was to have one of the best programs in the country. When you come here, we aren't trying to rush the students through a program. We're actually taking time. We're getting to know the students personally. The first time a student came to me and said, hey, I got a career and I can provide for my family now. You know, that's really what gets me excited about teaching, and my passion that drives it is helping people succeed in life.
Welcome to SAC Sports. I'm Mayor Strout with the latest. Your Dons baseball squad have been on a rise recently. With the new rankings coming out last week, your Dons went from the 19th spot all the way up to the 6th best squad in the state. As the rankings came out last week, your Dons also lost their first series of the year with the Cypress Chargers, who was placed at the 3rd best in the state, giving the Dons a record of 24 wins and 10 losses. Last Monday, your Dons hosted the Saddleback Bobcats and fell short 4-3 in a back-and-forth game, giving them now their 11th loss of the season. Your Dons are second in the Orange Empire Conference behind Cypress and hope to make a statement to win out the rest of the year in hopes that they overtake the Chargers for first place and get that conference title. Assistant coach Don Popovich believes the Dons are rolling well, but look to turn the notch up just a little bit more as they are looking into playoffs so they can have the same pitcher they ended with 2 years ago, going all the way and taking home that state title. This Friday, they enter their series with the Bobcats of Saddleback, who rank at the number 21 spot after this week. Their Dons play their last series of the regular season before the playoffs as they take on the Riverside City Tigers, who rank at the number 12 spot in the state. Your Dons softball squad have had a rough this year, currently standing with an overall record of 11 wins and 22 losses. They are still looking for their first conference win as well. Your softball squad ended their series with Saddleback this Friday, also traveled to El Camino this Saturday for their last non-conference matchup of the year. Next week, for the last week of the season, they take on the Riverside Tigers and hope to end the season off with some more wins under their belt to come into the next season with a good mindset for a revenge tour. Your women's wrestling team is at East LA College this Saturday for the big day they've been waiting for since the beginning of February, the 3C2A State Championship. They end their matchups with a record of 4 wins and 3 losses. This time last year, your Dons had a wrestler named Jade Morales to become the first state champion in school history. Head coach Donald Apodaca looks to go back-to-back this weekend with all odds against them.
With spring break being over and Don's coming back, our reporter Julia Ortiz went on to main campus to ask the question of the week.
Welcome back from spring break. Today, the question of the week is, what did the Dons do over their spring break?
So over spring break, I went over to the studio and I shot for Jaden Alexis and Callaway, Blueface's sister. They were making a song and I was shooting like the BTS, like vlog style. And then I went to go shoot for a couple more of my clients, Swayze, who manages Lambeau Faux, and a couple other artists.
During spring break, I waited for the album called Stay More Chaos by Ken Carson. You guys should listen to it. We waited for like 2 years for it to come out, I think, or 1 year. So once it came out, I went crazy. We went outside all night, 1 a.m. through 7 a.m. We started blasting the music, and then I went to work like at around 9 a.m. So that's pretty much what I did.
So what I did, I actually went out to Arizona. I actually got to go see one of my cousins get married. It was a pretty fun trip. They had like a celebration where it was like multicultural. So I actually got to see him marry into like a lineage that like was outside of my own cultural boundaries. And I think that was like an experience I feel like everybody should go experience for their own.
And that was it for Question of the Week here at campus. I'm Julia Ortiz at SAC News.
For you Dons who want to plan ahead. We start this weekend, starting at a 64 degrees Friday with partly cloudy skies, before going up to 67 degrees on a Saturday and then 68 degrees on the Sunday, being sunny. The sunshine stays until Wednesday. Monday is a nice 67 degrees, then 69 on Tuesday, and Wednesday being 67, before being partly clouded again on Thursday with 67 degrees.
By the way, Tristan, did you hear that Angel Stadium was having their Star Wars weekend?
Of course, I have my purple lightsaber with my X-Wing.
I got my best guy ready.
All right, look forward to seeing it.
Mm-hmm. And that is it for this edition of SAC News.
Be sure to follow us on social media and watch previous episodes of SAC News on our YouTube channel.